Okay, after learning about the distance and displacement, let's counter what are the differences between distance and displacement. Look at this. While listing the differences, better start with the definition. As you know, distance means the actual path covered by a body. So the actual path covered by a body is called as a distance. And what is displacement? The shortest path between initial and final position. As we know, the shortest path between initial and final position is displacement. And we will denote the distance with the years, and we will denote the displacement with the s bar. Next. And the distance never be a negative. Why it's not negative? Because it's a scalar quantity. Scalar quantity. If the object started its journey continuously, the distance increases. So that's why it never be a negative. And but displacement may be positive, negative, and zero also. You may get a doubt how it is a negative. As we discussed, this displacement is a vector quantity. If the object changes its path in opposite direction to the initial, then that opposite sense generally will indicate with the negative symbol. That's why displacement may be positive, negative, and zero also. When it is zero means if object started its journey and covered a certain distance and again it came to its initial position, then obviously displacement is zero. Even though it has some distance, but the displacement is zero. Why means here the initial and final position both are same. There is no shortest distance existing between in this condition, so displacement is zero. Next. It depends upon path. Yes, distance depends upon path. As we discussed, the total path covered is called as a distance. So it depends upon the path. Whereas the displacement doesn't depend upon the path. Just it will see what is the initial position and what is the final position and what is the shortest path. So the shortest path between initial and final, that only depends upon where is the initial position and where is the final position. So these are the differences between distance and displacement. Very similarly, sometimes they will ask what are the similarities also. Similarities means you can say these points like distance and displacement both are measures the length only, and SI unit for both the distance and displacement is meter. So these two you can write as a similarities, and remaining these are the differences between distance and displacement.